Oh my god, I can't get them to... What's going on? So, very long time no speak on this, at least. Like, I haven't spoken to a camera properly in ages. The only thing I've done is posted a few things on my Instagram story and like spoken there, obviously, but I haven't done like any proper filming in months now, since like before I went to America. It's crazy. Obviously, if you've been keeping up with my photos and stuff on Instagram, you'd know I went to America in mid to late Jan, or mid-Jan to early Feb. Obviously that was before the whole coronavirus shit went down, so that was really good, that was great, you know. But if you didn't know that, be sure to check out my Instagram and have a look at some of those photos from America, because they're probably some of the favorite photos I've ever taken. Anyway, obviously the situation now is a little bit shit. Like, I can't go out shooting with friends, I can't go out doing basically anything that I want to do other than like shopping and stuff like that every now and then, because we're still allowed to do that here in Australia. But one thing that I am allowed to do still is go out on my own and go for a walk and take photos. I hope. I mean, I don't know. I live in a less populated area, so I feel like they're not as strict on it around here. Yeah, I'm gonna just take my chances and do that today, because it is autumn right now in Australia, and obviously that means that there's a lot of nice colors out there, a lot of cool looking leaves, a lot of cool looking trees and stuff like that. So it really sucks that I can't go out shooting with my friends properly, because it would be a great time of year to be doing that. But I'm going to try something today, and I'm going to try and do some like solo self-portraits out in the forest. I'm going to just head down to my local park and have a look at some of the trees down there, see if there's anything that looks cool. I'm wearing a nice red jumper here because I think that'll look good as a contrast to like green and yellow, or it'll just fit in well, I think, I hope. Yeah, so it's currently 4 p.m, which means I don't have that much daylight left because it's getting dark super early now. And I do kind of want to get some of like sunlight hitting the leaves and stuff, hopefully, and I don't know. I'll see how I go. I'm just gonna have a go at taking some self-portraits, I guess. God, you can actually tell that I haven't done this in so long. I can't fucking talk at all. Didn't even close the door properly. Okay, we made it. Okay, well I was kind of hoping this wouldn't happen, but I mean, you can't tell in the video there, but it's gotten really cloudy and the sun has gone in, which means it's not going to look as good, I think. Like, the autumn colors won't look as good, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to have a go anyway. I don't know what I just said. I can't even talk anymore. Let's just do this. Where's my... Take the keys out of the car. That's a good start. Okay, so at the moment the lighting's actually not even bad. Like, it's still kind of shining in really nice. And there's a few treetops here that are starting to go a little bit yellow. Obviously you can't see that in the video at all because it's so overexposed. But I've got the wide angle on, obviously, because I'm filming. I think I might set up the camera on the tripod just on the floor and then sort of put the self timer on, run up on the path and try to get like the full colourful trees and myself in the red jumper all in the one shot. I just don't know how to get down there, if I can even get down to where these trees are. But oh, that's actually some super nice lighting right now. Nice, it's alright, that's good. Just need to figure out how to actually get down there and compose a proper shot, because I don't really want to be walking down through this. It doesn't look too appetizing, too inviting. That's the word. I don't know, I think there might be some more up ahead, sort of closer to a path though, so I'm gonna give that a shot and see how that goes. Here we go, that's some nice lighting there. I've got some good trees. Let's give this a shot. Alright, I'm thinking if I set this up sort of down here, maybe without it falling over. Okay, so there's a few really nice yellow trees just up here behind me, and I'm thinking I'm going to set up the camera here on the tripod and stand like there on the path at the back, and then have obviously the camera like portrait view. Try and get as much of these nice yellow trees in it and myself in the red jumper. Hopefully that'll be a cool shot. We'll see. I'm gonna have to film this on my phone because I can't film and take photos at the same time. But bear with me here. Okay, I think I realized like halfway through doing that I had no idea how to pose or how I was gonna pose to make it look good, but I don't know, we have to wait and see. Oh, actually, I can set the tripod here and then stand in the green bit, like stand here. I mean, it's worth a shot. Okay, I don't know how to That should be good. Let's give that a try. Okay, well, already straight out of the camera, I think I much prefer the way those ones looked right here. That was a good idea. I'm glad I stopped there. One thing I'm gonna try as well is I have some rubber bands with me, and I want to try and do this thing that Geordie Koalatich, or whatever his name is, that TikTok, Instagram person that does all those creative photo things. He posted a thing where he like used a rubber band and like stuck some flowers to the lens almost, so that they're like coming out like this. And I want to try that with some autumn leaves, because that might be a cool look. But that obviously means I have to try and find some trees that have lost a lot of colourful leaves already, because all these ones have all their good leaves like right up there, and I'm not going to get those, am I? So okay, so this tree behind me here has got like some really nice colours. Got some red, got some yellow, got some green, some orange, and I'm going to use these rubber bands and I'm going to put them around the lens of the camera like this. If that works. Hang on, I might need to take the lens cap off. Alright, I'm going to wrap those around like that. Just there. And then get some leaves, tuck them in behind there, and hopefully it'll look cool. Hopefully it'll like come out and make like a cool little frame, and then I can take a portrait of myself, and that should look nice. Should look cool, I hope. I don't know. I need to collect some leaves first, and then we'll find out. Alright, got a nice mix of colours here. Let's give this a shot. Not really working, is it? Oh my god, I can't get them to stay in frame. Oh, actually. Is that working? Has that worked? That's okay. Alright, it's gonna have to do for now. Let's give this a shot. Okay, so I think just looking at the looking at the screen of the camera, I think that looked pretty good, like just looking at the photos in the camera. The only thing that's kind of annoying is now I have the rubber bands like stuck in, I don't even know how to describe it, but there's like a little dent on the end of the lens where it goes like thin and then wide, and the rubber bands are stuck in there, which is going to be an absolute pain to get out. So even though like it didn't turn out the way I sort of hoped with the weather, I think it was a pretty cool idea to do those, like the leaves around the thing and then throwing them at the camera. I love that sort of photography, that sort of like, I guess, abstract particle-y sort of stuff. So I'm gonna have to have a look at those when I get back and see how they turned out, but just in the camera I think they looked alright. So I've said that like 4 times now, so I'm just gonna head home before I just keep repeating myself over and over and over. Okay, so it's been a few hours now, I'm back home, I've edited the photos and had a look through them, and I gotta say I'm actually pretty happy with how a few of them turned out. So I'll start with the ones from when I like walked up the pathway and stood there in like that little ray of sun coming in. I've got this one here, and I actually reckon it looks pretty cool. It looks like I've like edited myself in the sunbeam, but I actually haven't. I didn't even have to edit that part. I didn't put any like radial filters on or anything, because the natural light on its own already made me like literally glowing in the photo. I obviously messed around with the colors a fair bit. I don't have the befores on my phone, but I'll put those up on Instagram probably, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I made the yellows a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more saturated, just so it really pops. And then also I've got the second one here as well, which is very similar. I'm just in a somewhat different pose. I think, yeah, actually no, this one here, I've just got my arm out because for some reason I don't know how to pose at all, which I realized while doing this video. It's actually surprisingly difficult to like think of how you're gonna stand. So I ended up just sort of looking and being like, in like every single one of the photos, I just stand somewhere and like face the camera with my back or front on, and then just like look to the side or up, because that's literally all I know how to do as a pose. Then we move on to these ones here from like the second part in the forest, I guess, where I walked up into like the bit of bush. And I really like these actually. I didn't even really think about this while I was taking the photos, but I reckon like the tree on the side actually makes a cool sort of frame almost, I guess. I don't know, it just sort of adds to the photo, I reckon. And I reckon the poses look a little bit better here because I'm a bit closer to the camera, so it actually doesn't just look like a random person walking in the photo. It sort of looks like it's meant to, like I'm meant to be there almost. And yeah, I basically just did like a bunch of photos like this, all with different poses, but they're all pretty similar. And then moving on to my absolute favorite ones that I took today. The ones where I taped or got the rubber band and put it around the lens and then like through the leaves at the camera. So first of all, I had this one here to begin with, which I thought was pretty cool, and then I had another one which was similar to begin with, but neither of them I thought had enough leaves in them, so I just blended them together, took the two leaves from the foreground in like the bottom of the photo and mixed them together to make this one photo in the end. Just blended those together on Photoshop, and I'm happy with how that turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. And then another photo from that same like part of the photo shoot is this one here, where everything is like out of focus, but I feel like that sort of makes it look like there's a lot of movement going on, like because all the leaves are sort of flying at the camera, which surprised me because when I looked at it in the camera, I was like, this is shit, this is all out of focus. But then when I put it into Lightroom, put the edit on it, and then had a proper look at it, I was like, all right, kind of works. Yeah, overall, I think today was pretty fun. Today was pretty successful because, you know, usually I take photos of other people or other people take photos of me. So this is probably the first time I've really set out to try and take, like, I guess, photos of just myself and, like, think about composition and stuff a bit more as well. Like, where am I actually going to stand and where is it going to look good and what should I do when I'm standing there? So that was a bit of a challenge, but I'm pretty happy with the results and I think the photos all turned out pretty well. If you do want to look at the photos when I post them, if I post them, they'll be on my Instagram. The link will be below, or you can see it on screen here. And yeah, I mean, if you want to see more videos, I'll probably post a few more soon, coming up maybe, I don't know. I'm starting to go blind from looking into this flash. I'm actually using this little Lumi cube that I got from, I got that one at the photo walk, the recent one in like March. Sigma Photo Australia gave that to me, so thank you very much. I'm using that as a light source now, but it's absolutely blinding me right now, so I'm gonna finish the video here. If you did like it, make sure to subscribe, like whatever, and I'll probably post more soon. See you then. Okay, so there's a few really sick